So, here we are. We get to do one of my favorite missions in the MechCommander Desperate Measures expansion pack, Operation 1, Mission 3. The reason I like this mission is that it's the first time in the Desperate Measures expansion that you get to use some of the new commando-style tactics that are available to you thanks to the new mission map designs, which are permissive towards commando, light strike, hit and run type tactics. The objective in this mission is to capture, destroy 2 of the 3 HQ buildings in each of these bases here, which are outlined in the perimeter in red, which is how walls show up on the map here. You only need to capture 2 of them. Capturing all 3 will give you additional resource bonus points, so I will obviously be intending to do that, because the more points you have, the better. So, capture, destroy 2 HQs, move all units to extraction point, number 2 here. Capture, destroy 3 HQs and destroy defenders. Now, this is also a new addition to the Desperate Measures, and this is the first time we get to see it, is the redesign of the maps to allow for some of the multiple possible objectives. I believe that this is the first time this is implemented. In this case, capturing any 2 of the 3 headquarters will succeed the mission, and then capturing all 3 will give you the full bonus for this mission. Also, capture component vaults 2. That's number 4 here, as you can see right here. It's a pair of those with some interesting hardware in them. And the reason for that is to sort of suggest that you take this base here, which you really should anyway, since it's the only one with a real smooth egress to the extraction point here. You'll see that's important later once I get into the mission. Additional support will be 2 small artillery strikes and 1 sensor probe, which probably won't come terribly in handy, but they're always good to have. Intelligence has pinpointed the source of the attacks in Base Nomad. There are several clan outposts in the Baytan sector, which we use as a staging ground for the assaults. Secure the Baytan sector by destroying or capturing at least 2 of the 3 base HQs and then proceed to the extraction point. Tactical advises that a frontal assault on the outpost may be very costly due to heavy turret protection. Recon reports an unusual amount of security around certain structures, specifically 2 clan component vaults, that's those here. Your secondary objective is to capture these 2 component vaults. And once you get into the mission, you'll notice there's not a particularly extra amount of security there. Cliffs and other rough terrain indicate jumping moments may be valuable. Jumping moments are always valuable. Recon reports the presence of heavy turret control towers. These towers operate identically to normal control towers, but possess superior armor fortifications. And the heavy turret control towers are new for the Desperate Measures expansion pack. We first got to see those in the previous mission at the abandoned base in the far northwestern corner of the map. They're quite useful, especially for you, since usually you're going to want to capture the turret control buildings rather than destroy them outright. So it's always good to have additional firepower. The computer, however, will not be able to capture them back, so that will attempt to destroy them, and any extra armor that delays that will help. Repair bays may be present inside the outpost. These repair internal structures, armor, crippled legs, as well as replenish ammo for all weapons. Repair bays do not repair destroyed weapons. There is a repair bay here and a repair bay here in this Aerotech fighter base here. Recon reports numbers of clan Shadow Cats. These medium Omni-Mechs boast superior speed and medium-range energy weapons. The Shadow Cat is a new mech for the Desperate Measures expansion package. It's somewhat different loadout-wise than the board game version of the Shadow Cat. It does not carry the Gauss rifle that so prominent on the original Shadow can't design. Mine layers have been spotted in the area. Mines are undetectable until triggered, not set off by enemy units. Mines can be triggered from blah blah blah. There's a minefield right in front of this base here, so you can't just walk right up this road and enter it. So, not that we would anyway. We'll be coming up from the south here, as you'll see momentarily. Enemy Ace. Clan Captain Catherine Fury is known to be overseeing defense of Baytan sector. Be advised that enemy aces often utilize custom configurations on their Omnimex. Another new feature of Desperate Measures that we're seeing for the first time is the enemy ace edition. And enemy aces are highly skilled pilots with additional abilities and also custom weapon layouts for their battle mechs, and they usually carry also more ammo, more armor, and more weapons than the standard would tell you. And if you need me to tell you that the enemy ace will be guarding the extraction point, you haven't played enough of these games. Let's go ahead to the mech bay and start outfitting our mechs for this mission. First, let's strip everything off these mechs and get them out of here, since we're not going to be using any of these. And it's always nice to have your mech base screen here nice and clean with exactly what you're going to be using. So, our primary mech this mission is going to be this jump-capable Timberwolf, which we salvaged in the previous mission. And you'll notice that I will be using the clan designations for the clan mechs because I am not a freebirth. So we're going to use some of Desperate Measures' new weapons. The first one we're going to be using is the large X-Pulse laser, and salvaged 2 of those in the previous mission, and a component stack that's a little out of the way, and it's definitely worth going after. As you'll notice down here in the lower left, the recycle time is very short, 0.75 seconds, which means that it fires very quickly. And in this game, that is to your advantage, as the more shots you take, the more damage you will do overall as compared to heavier weapons that fire slower, because the damage curve will be higher more shots you take. And it's also a long-range weapon, so that makes it very effective throughout most of your combat envelope. I also have a advanced sensor, which we're going to be putting into our Timberwolf here. And another new weapon for the Desperate Measures expansion is the Heavy Thunderbolt, which is a missile weapon that, as you can see in the lower left, does an extreme amount of damage, 12, which makes it rather effective when it hits. And we can only fit one of those because it's obviously, by the name, it's a Heavy Thunderbolt. Additionally, we have some free space, so we can put a pair of pulse lasers, clan pulse lasers, or I believe we can fit 3. Nope, we can only fit 2 ER lasers, so we'll just put the clan pulse lasers in here. Yep, that's all we can fit. So, running flank on this mission, we're going to use a pair of Kit Fox Omnimex. You may know it as the Uller, which is some Norse thing, whatever. I always prefer the clan names anyway until they got unwieldy and long and weird names of the Blood Asp and whatever. So we're going to use these light clan mechs, and we're going to outfit them with some electronic warfare equipment, including the ECM suite and the active probe, which is not particularly useful in this game because you don't very often run into shut down mechs, and if you do, you only find them once, because after that, next time you play through it, you'll know where they are, and they won't be a surprise. So it's not a particularly useful piece of hardware. And since we have multiple repair bays in this mission, we're going to go ahead and fill this with ammo-based weapon. I'm going to use a short-range missile pack for some short-range fire. Can we fit the... No, we can't fit this Shriek SRM. So we'll just have to use the standard SRM. And because we have so many repair bays at our disposal, we can go ahead and feel free to replenish the ammo for these. We have a little space extra. Let's put the active probe in there anyway, why not? And we'll give this one... Oh, looks like we're out of advanced sensors, so we'll go ahead and purchase another one. And it's 525 meter range, which is very useful in a game like this. Whoops.